Every month, many people ask the same question: how much of my income should I save? It sounds simple, but the real answer depends on income, rent, debt, family responsibilities, goals, and lifestyle. Some people hear that they should save 20%. Others hear that 10% is enough. The truth is this: the best savings rate is not the highest number you can imagine. It is the highest number you can maintain consistently without damaging your basic quality of life. We will break down a practical way to decide how much to save every month, using a real-life-based example with real bills, pressure, and trade-offs. A strong starting target is to save 20% of your take-home income. Take-home income means the money that actually reaches your bank account after taxes and required deductions. But 20% is not a rule carved in stone. It is a target. For some people, 20% is too low because they earn well and keep expenses modest. For others, especially people living in expensive cities or supporting family members, 20% may not be realistic right away. So instead of asking what number sounds impressive, ask, what number can I repeat every month? Example, meet Amina. Amina is 29 years old. She is a marketing coordinator. Her monthly take-home pay is $320,000. She lives in Lahore, rents a small apartment with her younger sister, helps her parents with medicine costs, and is still paying off a personal loan. On paper, $320,000 sounds comfortable, but when the month begins, the money moves quickly. Her rent and utilities cost $90,000. Groceries and household items cost $55,000. Transportation costs $30,000. Support for her parents averages $35,000. Her loan payment is $40,000. Phone, internet, clothing, small social plans, and unexpected expenses usually take another $45,000. That adds up to $295,000. At the end of the month, Amina is left with about $25,000. That is less than 8% of her income. If someone tells her, save 20%, that means saving $64,000 every month. But right now, she does not have $64,000 available. If she forces it without changing anything, she may use her credit card, delay bills, or feel like she has failed. That is not a savings plan. That is financial stress in disguise. Step 1. The first step is to calculate your real savings capacity. Your savings capacity is the difference between your take-home income and your necessary monthly spending. Necessary spending includes housing, food, transport, basic insurance, required family obligations, minimum debt payments, and essential bills. It does not mean every expense you are used to. It means the expenses that keep your life stable and functioning. In Amina's case, her current savings capacity is $25,000. That is her starting point. Not $64,000, not what social media says, and not what a finance influencer says. Her starting point is the number her real life allows today. Step 2. The second step is to separate saving from investing. Saving is money you keep safe for short-term needs and emergencies. Investing is money you put into assets for long-term growth. Before focusing heavily on investing, build an emergency fund. An emergency fund protects you from turning every surprise into debt. A medical bill, job loss, car repair, or urgent travel need can damage your finances if you have no cash buffer. For most people, the first goal should be saving at least 1 month of essential expenses. After that, build toward 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. If your job is stable, 3 months may be enough as a first target. If your income is uncertain, or you support dependents, 6 months is safer. Amina's essential expenses are roughly $250,000 per month if she cuts non-essential spending, so her first emergency target is $250,000. At $25,000 per month, it would take her about 10 months to save 1 month of expenses. That may feel slow, but it is progress. Progress that happens is better than a perfect plan that collapses after 2 months. Step 3. The third step is to improve your savings rate gradually. If you currently save nothing, do not start by demanding 30% from yourself. Start with 5%, then move to 8%, then 10%, then 15%, then 20%. The direction matters more than the first number. For Amina, the question becomes, How can she move from saving $25,000 to $50,000 or $60,000 over time? She reviews her spending and notices three things. First, her food delivery habit costs more than she thought. Second, she often buys clothes when she is stressed. Third, she has a loan with a high monthly payment and no clear payoff strategy, so she makes practical changes. She does not stop enjoying life completely. She reduces food delivery from 6 times a week to twice a week. She sets a monthly clothing limit. She checks whether early loan repayment is allowed. She also accepts 2 freelance marketing projects each month. These changes do not make her rich overnight, but they increase her monthly savings from $25,000 to around $45,000. Now her savings rate is about 14%, still not 20%, but much better than before. More importantly, it is realistic. The 50-30-20 guideline. One simple framework is the 50-30-20 budget. This means 50% goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and extra debt repayment. It is useful because it gives your money clear jobs, but it is a guideline, not a law. If you live in a high-cost city, your needs may be 60 or 70% of income. If you live with family, your needs may be only 35%. If you have major debt, your savings category may first go toward paying down expensive debt. If you are close to retirement, 20% may not be enough. Use the 50-30-20 rule as a starting map, not as a judgment of your character. A better question, instead of asking only how much should I save, ask 3 better questions. What am I saving for? How soon will I need the money? What happens if I do not save? If you are saving for rent, school fees, a wedding, a business launch, or an emergency fund, that money should usually stay in safer, more accessible places. If you are saving for retirement 20 or 30 years away, investing becomes more important. If you are saving for a house down payment in 3 years, you need a plan that balances safety and growth. The purpose of the money decides where it should go. Debt and savings. Now let's talk about debt. If you have high-interest debt, such as credit card debt or expensive personal loans, paying it down can be one of the best financial moves you make. A loan charging a high interest rate works against you every month. Saving cash while ignoring expensive debt can feel safe, but it may cost you more over time. Still, do not put every dollar into debt while keeping 0 emergency savings. That creates another problem. The balanced approach is to build a small emergency fund first, perhaps 1 month of essential expenses, then attack high-interest debt aggressively. Once the debt is gone, redirect that old payment into savings and investments. This is where Amina's story changes. After 1 year, she has built a basic emergency fund. She also uses bonuses and freelance income to reduce her personal loan. When the loan is finally paid off, the $40,000 that used to go to the lender becomes available. Instead of upgrading her lifestyle immediately, she redirects most of it towards savings. Now she can save $80,000 per month. Her savings rate jumps to 25% of take-home income. She did not get there by magic. She got there by creating space in her monthly cash flow. Income level matters. Your savings rate should also reflect your income level. If your income barely covers basic needs, your first goal may be survival and stability. Saving 2% or 5% is still meaningful because it builds the habit. As your income rises, your savings rate should rise too. A common mistake is lifestyle inflation. That means every raise becomes more rent, more subscriptions, more eating out, and more status spending. There is nothing wrong with enjoying progress, but if every income increase becomes a permanent expense increase, your financial future does not improve. A strong rule is this: whenever your income increases, save at least half of the increase. For example, if your take-home pay rises by $40,000 per month, try saving at least $20,000 of that increase. You still enjoy some of the raise, but you also strengthen your future. Age and goals. Your age also matters. In your 20s, saving even a modest amount can be powerful because time is on your side. In your 30s and 40s, responsibilities often grow, so your savings plan must become more intentional. In your 50s, retirement planning becomes urgent, and you may need to save much more if you are behind. But at every age, the principle is the same. Start with your real cash flow. Build consistency. Increase the percentage when your income rises or debt falls. So what percentage should you aim for? If money is very tight, start with 1 to 5%. The goal is to build the habit. If your finances are stable but not easy, aim for 10%. If you have steady income and manageable expenses, aim for 15 to 20%. If you are debt-free, earning well, or trying to reach financial independence faster, aim for 25% or more. The best long-term target for many people is at least 20% of take-home income, but the best starting target is the one you can actually keep. Automation. One of the most effective ways to save is to automate it. Do not wait until the end of the month to save what is left. Usually, nothing is left. Instead, save first. Set up an automatic transfer the day after your salary arrives. Move the money into a separate savings account. When savings are separated from spending money, you are less likely to touch them casually. Amina does this. On salary day, she automatically transfers her planned savings into a separate account. She treats saving like rent. It is not optional. It is a monthly obligation to her future self. Final takeaway. So, how much of your income should you save every month? Start where you are. Aim for 20% over time. Build an emergency fund first. Pay down expensive debt. Increase your savings rate when your income grows. Protect yourself from lifestyle inflation. And remember that saving is not about punishment. It is about buying options. Options to leave a bad job, handle emergencies, support family without panic, invest, and build a calmer future. Amina's life did not become perfect. She still has bills, responsibilities, and unexpected costs. But now she has a system. She knows her numbers. She saves before she spends. She increases her savings when her cash flow improves. Most importantly, she no longer measures her progress against someone else's life. She measures it against her own starting point. That is the real answer. Save as much as you can consistently. Move toward 20%. Go higher when possible. But do it in a way that fits your real life, because the best savings plan is not the one that sounds impressive. It is the one you can live with, repeat, and grow over time. If you like this information, please like, share, and subscribe.